Hey, my name's John, and good evening. You know, a little boy handed me this here rock in the door yesterday, or yeah, the other day. He was out there throwing it down in front of my motorhome door right there, and his dad was right there, and I came to the door and I opened it up. He says, "Hey, son, you know, you don't be throwing that rock and stuff." And I said, "Well, at least he's throwing it in the safe direction. You know, he's not throwing it in the direction of anything bad." And I said, "Hey, may I have the rock?" You know, and he he handed me the rock. You know, and I put my hand down. I took the rock from him, and I said, "Thank you so much." He goes, "Oh, thank you for taking that rock from me." And I said, "You know why I have it?" He says, he just looked at me, and I said, you know, he just looked at me. I mean, that's the truth. And I said, "Because I'm the rock." And he just had this smile on his face, you know, and his dad just loved the way that I acted towards him, you know, the way I did that. I didn't want to scold him for throwing a rock, and he was throwing it the right direction, and his dad might have been correct in saying, "Well, there's somebody here, you better cool it." But everybody was in a nice direction, and now, you know, there's ways that you can actually take care of things that's acting out instead of blowing up and making it worse than it is. You know, and I was just thinking today, you know, earlier I was saying, you know, I'm going to go and I'm going to do everything on this list. And matter of fact, I got everything done on the list today, but except I didn't stop by the storage shed. I didn't start cleaning the motorhome because I like to have the motorhome clean. You got to make some effort to keep it clean. Just do one side at a time. Nobody knows. And it's just a small amount of work that way, and it keeps it up. I mean, Jesus Christ, try painting your house one side at a time per year. Nobody will ever know. So I'll go, Jesus Christ, that guy keeps his house up perfect all the time. Caulk the windows and stuff. It'll save you money. And also, it's a good thing for you and your wife to work together and be involved in the home, and actually it's a good investment, and you're taking care of your stuff. No, you know, there's always a sense of pride in ownership. You know, that's what I always thought, and I always thought anything worth having is worth working for. That's why I never tried to rip off $200,000 to own my own bowling alley. And that's besides the point. And now we're here, and my dad did teach me well. And you know, the kids knew George for who they knew George for, and I just didn't understand the things that they did. I really didn't. Now me, I've had beautiful women surround me today, and I've been given off a 5. I've worked, I did my thing. I'm a hardcore worker every day of the week. You know, I work for you. I work for the United States of America. I work for every man, woman, and child in America. And I follow the Constitution of the United States of America because at least I've read it 3 or 4 or 5 times. I mean, I used to have the Constitution of the United States, and I had the, you know, the Declaration of Independence and stuff, and it was just a good thing to do. And I'm telling you, those people that wrote you know, these documents and stuff, these are Christians with morals. You know, the best morals they had back in the day, trying to guide a nation into, you know, a hopeful day of, you know, reckoning, or a hopeful day of reckoning, a hopeful day of, you know, you're going to be here forever. This is a good deal they made when they made the Constitution of the United States and the Declaration of the United States, and along with the Bill of Rights and some other documents that's just worked wonders by keeping the law of the land enforced in the United States of America and the good hearts of the people to do so. And you know, this is a national country. I mean, you know, for somebody to be, you know, disrespectful and stuff to others and stuff, you better watch out with what your ethnic background is, because you know what? All of us have different backgrounds from all over the world, and we ended up here. So nobody deceive yourself in thinking that you're just one of a kind, and this is your sovereign right. This is the rights of all mankind. And by the way, my the way I feel is I got just as much right to walk through the Middle East as anybody does. And to be honest with you, the way I feel, I have more goddamn rights than a lot of goddamn people to walk through the Middle East and see the fucking Holy Lands. I'm just telling you, God Almighty wants me to walk through the Middle East, and God Almighty wants me to see the Holy Lands. And He wants me to make sure that they get this goddamn thing under control, and they want it cleaned. He wants it goddamn cleaned up. He wants it rebuilt. He wants these people to go back to their own countries. And you know what? With a little bit of good leadership and a little guidance, these people will be on their way because they'll want to go home, because there'll be a home for them to go back to that's safe. You know, now everybody open their eyes for what it is. You know, now look, I got a Sharia woman down here, and God Almighty's led me to this very thing. And you know, I want to be really fucking funny and stuff and say I got a couple women and stuff that's willing to come over here on Friday or Saturday night. And you know what? I don't know if they'll show up, but I talked to Gia just a little bit ago, and she told me she'd be giving me a call. And you know, I mean, I don't know exactly where it is, but I tell you, if I get fired up like this inside, it's going to do something that's going to drive that woman crazy. But it isn't going to throw a big goddamn storm right here in the Pacific.